What's up, everybody? Vmortega or Eagle One Actual, and today I'm bringing you another episode of Map in Spawn Guide in Infinite Warfare. And the map that we're going to be talking about today is Retaliation. And here we go. Yeah, Retaliation. This map is a medium to large map, and it's set in Geneva. And if you've played the single player, this map is set in. This is during the attack of SDF on Earth during the early invasion of that stage, and so as you can see, there's a lot of details, and it's basically an urban setting. I mean, a city setting, and it's a rectangular type of map that has two layers of it. It's got the outside layer, which accounts for your medium to long engagement, and then you got the inner layer, which is the hotel in the middle, which is you would have your mainly CQB type of engagement. So here we go. Right here, as you can see the overview of the map. Like I said, it's a rectangular map, and you got the spawn over there by the cathedral. That will be your UNSA, the team blue right there. That's where they mainly spawn. That's the primary spawn up there, and in the lower half right there where the SDF is spawning, that's called the dock, I believe. So those are the two primary spawn for this map, and then you got a secondary spawn on the shoulders of this map right here. You got the courtyard right there on the upper left. That's a secondary spawn. And then, as you can see, if you look at the bots, how they behave right there, you can pretty much track where they get killed, and then where they pretty much spawn. So that's the whole point of this map right here. And then and also on the cathedral right there by the graveyard, that's also a secondary spawn right there, where the tank is. And then on the lower part, you got the by the dock and by the tunnel right there on the overpass right before the scaffolding. That's a secondary spawn. And then you got the you have right outside inside the destroyed building. That's a secondary spawn. And then also right outside of that's also I've seen people spawn there as well. So the weird thing about this map is, depending on where the action flows. Let's say if the action, you're gonna see it on this on the match right here. You're gonna see some characters would actually spawn inside the hotel, and that would be if the action is pushed, the majority of it is pushed outside by the cathedral, and then or by the dock area right there, or by outside of this destroyed building. You will end up spawning inside the hotel. And like I said, this map right here is it's got two layers. You got the outside, which accounts for your medium to long range engagements, and then you got the inner layer, which is the hotel lobby and bar area, which accounts for your close quarter engagements. So if for me personally, I'd prefer staying on the outskirts of the map. I like to maneuver by where the bridge is, and right by. I like to work my way from, if I spawn on the dock area by the destroyed building. I like to maneuver by that bridge area, where that open area is. And if I can help it, I'd like to stay away from the inner area there where the hotel is. Because for some reason I tend to get killed over there every time I try to go there. So if I'm in a long streak or something like that, I try to go outside. As far as domination goes, the A is located where the graveyard is, right outside the cathedral there, where the blue team would spawn would be. That's where it is. And then on the Charlie flag, the C flag is located inside, which is weird. It's located inside the destroyed building right there, right by the dock area. And then you get the B flag. The B flag is located right there by right below the steps after the courtyard and that lower avenue, that lower street right there in the middle of the map on the left hand side. That's where the B flag would be. So the flags Alpha and Bravo are pretty much on the outside, and then Charlie, which is kind of weird, it's located on the inside part. But it's if you look at that broken building right there, it's kind of weird because it's got cracks in the ceiling, so you can still get to your opponents if you're using airstreaks. But yeah, it's kind of weird like that. I don't know why that is. It's located right there in the inside, whereas the other flags are located outside. So it's kind of weird. As far as liking this map, in the beginning I really didn't like this map at all, only because I didn't know how to play it. Obviously, in the beginning you kind of don't know how the flow and the spawns are, and but after a while I kind of get a hang of it. And like I said, I like to stay on the outskirts of it, and I usually try to wait behind that large wall over there by right here. See where the tank is. I like to stay around this area right here. So anyway, like I said, it's a pretty cool map that I guess you kind of have to get a hang of it. And once you figure out where the spawns are, and once you figure out where everybody is, look at me, I soundboard that guy, and then you kind of get a hang of it. And so the only thing with large maps like this is that when you die, and depending on where the action is, you tend to get spawned on the other side of the map, on the opposite end, and so it kind of takes you away from the action a little bit. So it's kind of frustrating like that. If you're spawning and dying, you're trading kill for deaths for kill, it could get a little bit frustrating. So you kind of have to figure out what the flow is, and then just work your way. And then if you're in a streak, try to stay outside. Anyway, I hope you like this episode of my new series. If you're new to the channel, like and subscribe, and thank you, and have a nice day. Bye.